There has been a lot of discussion about the idea of a smart city, which focuses mainly on connectivity in many areas, with transportation being one of the most important. But Saudi Arabia intends to combine this idea with something right out of Blade Runner. The country intends to build a city named The Line that will stretch 170 kilometers in a straight line. No streets, no cars, and no carbon emissions. These are all features of the smart linear city in Neom, Tabuk. Even though Saudi Arabia is home to some of the most innovative and ambitious buildings in the world, this urban development project may be its best yet. The Line Smart City project will house more than 9 million people, or roughly the same number of residents in Manhattan. This may seem completely absurd and ridiculous, but it is a classic Saudi Arabian effort. In today's video, we share with you everything there is to know about it. Who knows, you might be one of the future residents, so stay tuned. Building 4,000 buildings at once and in the same location seems absurd considering that only 12 skyscrapers in the world have broken the 500-meter high barrier so far. So why did Saudi Arabia make such a ridiculous announcement? Are they capable of making it happen? Or are they merely attempting to attract global attention? Well, it is the richest kingdom in the world we're talking about here, and few nations in the world can boast a transformation strategy as comprehensive as them. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia unveiled Vision 2030 in 2016, a strategy for economic diversification that aimed to lessen the nation's reliance on oil and move it away toward other industries including tourism and technology. Since then, Neom, which stands for New Future, has been made available to the public. The Neom Smart Metropolis, a future smart city, is composed of 3 huge mega projects. The project's initial phase, the Oxagon, a floating 8-sided industrial complex, would serve as a terminal for ships crossing the Red Sea. Over 1 million residents from different countries will call Neom home. There will be towns and cities, like the Line Saudi Arabia, ports and enterprise zones, research facilities, sports and entertainment venues, and tourism attractions. The project is already impressive in its scope, magnitude, and vision. What really distinguishes Neom is how cutting-edge technology and forward-thinking initiatives are coupled with a clear dedication to Arabian culture and hospitality. In addition to housing those who want to live extraordinary experiences, Neom also wants to be a tourism destination. Additionally, it is aiming to promote sustainable living in the hopes of creating wealth and growth throughout the kingdom. Amazing, isn't it? But the story doesn't end there. Plans have been put in place to guarantee that Neom will run solely on renewable energy, that the city will retain 95% of its natural environment, and that innovative desalination technology will lead the way in the production, efficiency, and storage of water around the world. And they are just the highlight. Some other prominent mega projects, such as Neom Trojena, Neom The Line, and Neom Nimbus, will also be welcomed by the city. But in today's video, we'll be focusing on The Line. This project has an incredible vision. 2 mirror-enclosed skyscrapers will eventually house 9 million people and span more than 100 miles across a region of desert and rugged territory. The city's exterior mirror face, which will create its unique character and allow even its small footprint to mix with nature, is one of its most intriguing characteristics. By using evolving construction technology and manufacturing processes, its design will be industrialized, and the construction will become more automated. Efficiency and sustainability were taken into consideration when designing every part of the line. As the world continues to outgrow living spaces, the project provides a glimpse of what cities will look like in the future. 4 towns within the line will be home to people from all over the world who will live there and work there with access to everything they need right outside their door. The initial photographs of Neom that emerged from Saudi Arabia resembled those of a sci-fi movie. Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince, imagined the city of 9 million inhabitants for the desert region of Tabuk, complete with clouds of flying taxis illuminated by a fake moon and sporadic outcrops of swirling glass buildings. The design that had previously been difficult to visualize, even for some of the project's planners, has been given life through a number of 3D representations. The slickly produced videos show what appears to be the Death Star-like megacity with hanging gardens. The videos also clearly show that inhabitants will have access to other amenities like outdoor skiing terrain and high-speed rail with an end-to-end transit time of 20 minutes, in addition to all daily requirements within a 5-minute walk. And that's not all. The mirror line will reportedly have a sports facility that is 1,000 feet in the air, according to the Saudis. Also pictured inside are a variety of tower networks surrounding lush greenery, a man-made river, neon lights, vertical farms, and walkways with views of the desert beyond. The absence of motorcycles and cars is one truly amazing aspect. The line will essentially spell the end for automobiles. Since there would be no personal transportation, the line city's logistics would definitely be flawless from A to B, last mile delivery, and doorstep pickups and drops. And everything would be perfect to the point where city dwellers never miss having the independence of being able to drive themselves to go wherever they want, whenever they want. Construction on the project, which is funded by the Saudi government's Public Investment Fund, has already begun. This massive project will cost $500 billion to build, and the project's complete length started to be excavated in October 2022. The OT Sky firm has made available video footage that seems to show trucks and other huge machinery at work in the middle of the desert, suggesting that the skyscraper's construction has already begun. Excavators have started constructing a long line across the desert, as seen in yet another video made for the architecture magazine DZine. In terms of completion dates, the first resort in Neom will be the lush island resort Sindalah, which will open in 2024. Then, the ski resort Trojena will open in 2026. And finally, the floating port city Oxagon will be finished by 2030, along with the first phase of the line. The line's exact completion date is still unknown. Although the concept is very intriguing, there are concerns about how this structure will affect the local ecology and inhabitants, as well as questions about its technological and financial sustainability. Experts in the history, function, and shape of cities warn that, despite some bold ideas about walkable communities and technological answers to the sustainability issues of living in a changing environment, this proposal defies logic. Is this the future of crowded city life, or is this merely a science fiction fantasy? Even experts like economists, analysts, and architects are unsure, and those who are constructing the enormous project known as the Line in Saudi Arabia are doubtful that it will ever be completed on the scale and scope it has planned. According to others, the project's brilliance masks the fact that it is essentially the most expensive marketing ploy ever, designed to deflect attention from the dreadful realities of the planet. Also, despite the common misconception that it is being built on undeveloped land, it is reportedly being constructed on the Red Sea coastline, one of Saudi Arabia's most neglected territories. There are a lot of older communities that are now home to 20,000 members of the Huaytat tribe, a nomadic people. In April 2020, the Saudi government wanted to seize the Huaytat people's land, who had been farming in this region for many generations, as they were not included in the plans for Neom. One of the group members who resisted giving up his ancestral land was ultimately punished by the police. His passing was shortly followed by a flurry of criticism from human rights advocates. Recently, it was reportedly revealed that 3 other tribal members who had been detained for demonstrating against their forced expulsion had received death sentences. Despite the fact that the forcible displacement of indigenous people may appear like a key problem, it is only the beginning. Extreme heat is one feature of Saudi Arabia's desert climate that stands out in particular. In order to offset this, the tower's exterior mirrors were reflected away from the structures inside the line. Given how substantial they would need to be, this might have a variety of negative effects. Areas where sunlight is reflected off of the mirrors would heat up and double in size, possibly melting any nearby items. The idea is also criticized by environmental planning specialists who think that the mirror line's size and length will disturb the migration routes of migratory birds. Not only that, but a number of wild species will be relocated, and groundwater flow dynamics will change. You gotta admit, though, that the Saudis have really pulled out the stops on this one, don't you? Will you be willing to be one of the fortunate citizens of this forward-thinking city? Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on post notifications. See you next time!